Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of 3D Prototyping in Unity. My name is Kasanas. In the last episode we were still working on our inventory system and we were moving along with it pretty darn well. It's actually up and operating the way it should be. We can scroll through our weapons by using our enter key, allowing us to choose whatever weapons we currently have available. In that episode we set up everything so everything was available. In this episode we're going to take a look at creating pickups to ensure that only certain ones are available at any given time. Alright, let's get started. Okay guys, so what we're going to do first of all is create ourselves our flamethrower pickup. And it's really easy to do. We've already done it. We've already done this before. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to find in my models, where's my models right here, boom. In my accessories, I'm going to find myself the flamethrower right here. And I'm going to drop it off. There we go. Alright, it's huge, just like they always are, it's huge. Let me set this to 0, reset it, so it's at the actual origin. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the name right away from, I'm going to change it to flamethrower pickup. Now, obviously, you're going to be able to follow this exact same technique for any weapon that you want to create. Alright, it's not going to be difficult. Find yourself the object you want it to look like, and afterwards you're going to go through and you're going to create yourself the proper pickup. Now, this top layer, which after I hit return, should change the name, there it goes, is just going to be a placeholder. So let me dump in here a purple bottom. It's just going to be a placeholder to make sure that we're on the ground. Okay, the next layer, this pixel flamethrower layer, contains all the information about the actual object. And all we're doing is making the same kind of pickup we made with our health and with our ammo pickup. So first of all, I'm going to scale this. I think the number was 0.13. I think so. Let's make it decimal 1.3. And lastly, decimal 1.3. Let's see. Does that look appropriate? That doesn't look so bad. That looks about right. Maybe it's a little bit too small. We'll see. Now what I want to do is this layer here is actually where the animation is going to occur, and it's going to place this object appropriately off the ground. So what I'm going to do to start off with is drag this up so it's about at the same height as our heart. Right about there. That looks pretty darn good. Right there is exactly where I want it. Now, immediately I'm going to add a component. I'm going to add an animator. Because just like just like with our heart, we're going to have a little bit of animation. This is going to have a little bit of movement on it so we can see it working. I'm going to go in here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to say create, and I'm going to create an animator controller right there. Alright, and I'm going to call this flame thrower pickup AC. I guess, you know what, it doesn't hurt to have really good names like that. Everyone knows what that is. Flamethrower pickup AC. There it is. Now, I'm going to add that. I'm going to go back to my flame pickup, my flame over here. And in the controller, I'm going to drag and I'm going to drop my controller in place. Great. Just like with the heart and the ammo, I'm going to add an animation. So let's go over to our animation screen right here. And I'm going to create a brand new animation. And I will call this flame pickup idle. Alright, we only have one animation on it. It's in record mode. This is nothing new for you guys. I'm going to add a property. I'm going to add a transform. And I'm simply going to add my position. And that position is located at 0 and at 1. And I think, and I don't remember, I think these were at, I think this was at 4. Is it at 4 or 2? You know what? It doesn't really matter for now. I'm going to drag it all the way over to 4 seconds. So we've got a 4-second loop. At 2 seconds, right here at 2 seconds, I'm going to add a little bit of animation, and all I'm going to do is make it go down. That's all we did with the heart as well. All right, so it's going to go up and down. That's all this thing is going to do, up and down. All right, and let's take a look at the curves themselves to make sure we've got nice curves. I'm going to grab this guy here, right-click, and say flatten. And I'm going to grab this guy here and say flatten, and that way we've got a nice smooth in and a nice smooth out. Perfect. That's perfectly fine. And I can now turn off my record mode. Alright, with that done, my animation is in place. If I take a look at the animator, it's only got the one thing in here. It's going to stick in the idle and for all time. Alright, it's going to loop on forever and ever, which is perfect. Now, I'm pretty sure it's going to loop on. Let's just double check. Let me just double check right here. Where is it? Flamethrower, pickup, and it's looped. All right, automatically looped is the default state. Perfect. I'm going to go back to my scene now, and on my pickup flamethrower, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a component right here, and I'm going to add a physics, and I'm going to add a box collider. It's probably perfectly fine. Where's my box collider? Why don't I see it? Why don't I see you, box collider? Did I have the wrong thing? Let's go back here a little bit. Well, let's double check and see how big it is, first of all. Make sure it's the right size. My box collider. There it is. I just had it shrunk down. No problem. Everything is cool. And it is the appropriate size. I'm going to make it into a trigger. All right. That way, whenever we walk into it, we can actually issue a code to make sure something's picked up. That said, now that it's trigger, I've got my animation in place. The last thing I need to do is go in here, add a component. I'm going to add a brand new script. Our new script, and I'm going to call this new script, I'll call it weapon pick up controller. Nice name. And I will double click it to open it up in Mono Develop. There it is. I love to see that graphical error. Boom, boom, boom. All right, weapon pickup controller. And there's only a couple of things that really need to go in here. I'm going to come up top, and I'm going to add in right away a public. And this is going to be an int, and it's going to be called which weapon. And basically the way this works is if we go back and take a look at our character, if we go back and take a look at our soldier, and we take a look at our inventory manager, we have two weapons, the assault rifle and the flamethrower right now. It's going to have a value, assault rifle has a value of 0. So if you got a pickup for the assault rifle, it's a value 0. Pickup for the flamethrower, it's a value of 1. That's how it's going to work. All right, so let's go back here. This is obviously going to have a value of 1 once I set it up. I'm going to add in a public audio clip, perfect, that I'll call pickup clip. All right, and it's public, so I can change it very easily for each and every one. Last thing I'm going to add right down here, bang, 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 I'm going to add a void on, capital O, trigger, capital T, enter, capital E, and it's going to take a collider that we'll call other. All right, bracket and brace and brace. All right, and there's only a few lines of code in here. If it's our player, so if other dot tag equals quotations player quotations, then we want to do some stuff. What do we want to do? First of all, we want to go in and we want to activate the weapon, because right now the weapon itself is inactive in our inventory manager, which actually is right here. Let's go down. We want to activate our weapon, so to make it available. So this is not going to actually change and make the character automatically using the weapon. It's just going to change the fact that the player can use the weapon. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to other.gameObject, and we're going to do our get component. Dot get component. Get component. And what are we looking for? We are looking for our inventory manager. Inventory manager. And I hit the wrong button. Inventory manager. All right. Round bracket, round bracket. Now we're going to use the activate weapon. And which one are we going to use? Which weapon is it? It's our which weapon. Which weapon. All right. So that gave us full access to our public function to now make this thing available for use. So I'm going to file and I'm going to save that. Next, all we want to do is we want to destroy this thing. So we're going to do destroy. And what do we want to destroy? Now this is going on our second layer. This script is on our second layer, so we want to destroy the root layer of this whole thing. We want to destroy the entire pickup. So destroy. We want to destroy the transform. Dot root. Dot game object. So we're going to the very, very root, and we're destroying the entire thing. The last thing we want to do inside of this script is play our audio, and we're going to use the same technique we looked at before. So we're going to find our audio source, and we're going to use the play clip at point function that we discussed previously. This basically allows us to play a clip at a point, even though this thing has been destroyed, the sound will still play. Okay, so we're going to play our pickup. What do we call it? Pardon me. Sorry about that. We're going to play our pickup clip, and we're going to play it where? At our transform. Small t transform, and then it'll happen for me. Transform dot position. That's where we want to play it. All right, so let me get rid of this extra line in here. Let me file save this. Boom, boom, file save. Now, if we've done this right, when we take a look at our actual flamethrower pickup, at our second level of our flamethrower pickup, we should have which weapon and which audio clip. Now, I'm going to say which weapon is equal to 1 because it's our flamethrower, and I just showed you why I picked 1. And I'm going to go into my audio, and I'm going to pick, I will pick Health Bell, I guess, again. I really should go through and find better pickup sounds, but that's all I got right now, Health Bell. So whenever you pick this thing up, it's going to go bing, or whatever the sound is. Okay, so far so good. Now, there's a couple of things we need to change, though, in our previous code. Let me make sure it's saved. It is good. In our inventory manager, let's go to the top. In our inventory manager, originally what we did, here it is right here. Originally what we did is we had this for loop. We had this for loop that turned all our weapons off, made them all not available, and then we were only going to set our current weapon to true. So only the current weapon was our 0 weapon, which is our assault rifle. All right. With this current way of doing things, if I go right now and I hit play, let me move this pickup out of the way first, so we're not grabbing it right away. If I hit play, right now I can hit my button, and I'm switching my weapons back and forth. All right. I don't want that. I don't want any weapons to be available except for my initial weapon. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to turn this code back on. So I'm going to take the comment out, and I'm going to comment out the for loop. So basically what this is I've gone through, I've turned all my weapons off. I've set my current weapon equal to my 0, which is my assault rifle, and I made that weapon available. I made this weapon available, so I actually changed the starting state of my available weapons to true. All right, I've commented out this one here where all my weapons are true. So if I say file save now, and I come back over here and I hit play, now when I try and switch, nothing. I can't switch at all. All right, so that's working. Now, what should happen is with that code out of the way, I should be able to jump over here, grab this flamethrower, and switch to my flamethrower. Let's check it out. Hit play. So I'm still halfway down. Let me dump a few rounds. Oh, I don't even have to. I'm going to jump over here, grab it. I heard my ding. That means that I successfully picked it up. I can fire off a few rounds, kill my dude off, and now when I hit my enter button, there's my weapon. It's got full ammo. This one doesn't. Full ammo. This one doesn't. All right, perfect. So now if I switch over here, whee! Oh, I don't want to jump on that. Oh, I died. Anyway, all I wanted to show you guys was that I can pick up ammo. That's how it works. That's how it's supposed to work. Build yourself some pickups. Build yourself some weapons. All the code is in place, guys, to allow you to go through and finish this up, all right? We are coming down towards the end of this series, guys. I do want to go in here in my prefabs. I want to grab my where is it? My flamethrower pickup, and I'm going to drag it and drop it in here, so I've got a fully working pickup now for my flamethrower. I can go through and build one for my assault rifle if I want to. We don't actually have a way of losing any weapons in this game yet. All you can do is collect them, so you can collect an infinite number of weapons depending on how many you design. And I'm ultimately not going to design one where you can throw your weapon away. All right, it's not a swap. We could do a swap if you wanted to, but it's not a swap. And if you want to do it as a swap, all it was instead of having it have it automatically activate the weapon, so set your weapon to active, and turn off the other one, so you're throwing it away. It's really easy to do. If for some reason you want to see that and you don't understand how to make that work, let me know in the comments, and at the end of the series I can do a couple of additional videos to fill in any gaps that anyone's missing. Alright guys, like I said, we are coming to the end of this series. We are almost there. A few more things and that's it. We need win-lose conditions. I don't know if we need anything else. I'll have to give it some thought. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you are working on a game, and I hope your game looks super awesome. I'd really love to see it. If you're working on something and you want to show it to me, then please, let me know down in the comments, all right? Let me know, say, hey, here's my game, you really inspired this or whatever. Once again, with my students, what I'm going to do is my third-year students, I will put up their games so you can see what they did with what I taught, all right? I'm looking forward to seeing what they've actually built. I've got some high hopes. All right, guys, that's the end. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comments down below, and if you haven't done so, please take a few seconds to subscribe. Have yourselves a wonderful day, everyone.